Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm currently at editing me on screen. Thank you. That. I'm not bothered to figure out where this is on the spot. Anyway, I have been here before. It's a pink bridge that you walk up some slopes. Sounds really stupid, but let me assure you, it is kind of good for doll photography because you can just, focus on one specific area. Anyways, as you can hear, I am really tired. So I decided I'll do something relatively simple for today and come here to start and try and get some good photos with pretty colors today. My friends are not coming to this spot, so I'm going to start off alone and then get them joining in for the spots later on. It's going to be a long day despite it being relatively simple, and hopefully this shot actually kind of works out. I'm not quite sure what I should do, but likely I'm just gonna put the doll here or something, or maybe on this thing, just like last time. Put it up here right now. It's not a great photo, but I guess it works out. With pretty colors, you can pretty much do anything. Anyways, as usual, I'm gonna do some B-roll and then let's start the setup. I'll be honest with you, this setup was way longer than it had any right to be. 40 minutes. Mainly because I'm an idiot, I tried putting the doll up here, as I said earlier, and it didn't quite work. The whole thing just didn't look good, and plus, it turns out that white pinkish paint with dark clothes kind of doesn't mix very well. I started seeing some white paint on the jacket thing, and mission abort. I am not going to stay in these brand new clothes. So as usual, I move things back down here on the handrail, doing my signature high risk shot. It's not really high risk anymore at this point, I'm very used to it, but it's the same all over again. Anyways, let's take a look at what I'm using. 7200 f2.8 at between 85, 100, something like that. I want 85, but it's more leaning toward a telephoto length. So whatever, I'll just zoom it until it looks okay, so whatever, don't care. F2.8 because I want all the colors and all the bokeh I can get, because all of this in the background is very, very complicated. It's very distracting despite it being monotone color, and everything other than the doll is just full pink, full scented. However, I need all the bokeh I can get, and plus with f2.8 I get better colors for some reason. I don't really bother explaining that, it's just good colors with large aperture, okay? It's funny. Anyways, vertical composition, I tried horizontal. I love my wallpapers, but it just doesn't work that way. It looks very unfocused, and with portrait orientation it looks way better because it's a simple portraiture color focused shot. It's more of a feeling shot than a technical shot. I don't know if you understand what I mean, but yeah, that's about it. One flash I'll be holding around here or so. The other one is mounted right here on the window thing, and I'm really afraid it will just fall out, so let's do this quickly, and hopefully no wind just completely goes out and I will lose one flash in the process. Anyways, without further ado, it's time to look at this mediocre shot. And there we have it. Yeah, given it's not too good, but at the same time, portraiture, that's what you get with f2.8 and having a kind of telephoto focal length like this. So I'm not exactly complaining that much. It's all right. It's definitely not good, but definitely not on a bad side either. All of this, technically speaking, is not complicated, but all of them combined, it gives me an absolute headache. Anyways, it's time to pack up. I have to meet my friends at the other spot, and I am running absolutely late. After a really long bus ride, 45 minutes to be exact, bruh, I have arrived at Choi Hung Village. This is a place I've came a long time ago. And as you can see, the colors in the back haven't exactly been great since that time. I'll show the photo here. It's not a good photo at all. The fact that it was shot under really cloudy circumstances really didn't help it. But this time, at least I have some sun. Given that, yes, it's not very good, but at least there's some kind of light for me to work with. I am not sure how to do this because it is surprisingly crowded today. I mean, it's not that bad because, well, just take a look for yourself. It's not that bad, but at the same time, this is more than I am accustomed to. So, with the wind being an absolute obstacle here, I am not too sure how to do this. And plus, well, I was supposed to be late, and somehow my friends are even later for some reason. That really doesn't bother me. The fact that I can't really think of how to shoot bothers me more, but I'll see what I can do because I'm not exactly a fan of putting my things in the middle of a basketball court and getting stared down by like a million people. So hopefully everything goes right and I can actually get a single, at least somewhat good photo. Let's do some B-roll and do the setup. After an ungodly amount of setup time, here we have the second shot of the day. Now, this shot is not technically perfect. It's more of a thematic, good-looking shot, less so of a technically perfect shot, because I do think those are more so not interesting. And honestly, thematically good-looking is going to be the way moving forward. That's what I'm going to be aiming for this year, at least for the few months, until I'm bored with it, because I feel like that's going to happen eventually, but this is what I'm going for, at least for this video. Now, let's take a look at what I'm using. 15-35 at 35mm with a both horizontal and vertical orientation. I'm not too sure which one I'm going for, so editing me, just put something here and indicate which one you're going to use, because both do look okay, but I do have a preference for the horizontal one, at least from what I'm looking at the back of the camera screen. Now, as you can see, there's an ND filter on this lens. I am under really harsh sunlight, and for me to use my flashes at full output, I will have to use ND filters. That means I will have to have my friend holding a diffuser, say around here or here or here or so, basically just covering up the faces. However, this does present a problem because with the diffuser, that means only the faces are under soft light and everything else, including the background, is going to be very harsh and also extremely bright. I personally don't mind because I do feel like the face is a more important part of the photo and everything else can be tuned down. This is an R5 after all, and I'm not really that concerned of the editing prowess of this thing. F2.8 because even at that kind of aperture, the background's really distracting. And also there isn't actually a lot of colors. I'm not really sure how I'm going to bring out the colors at the back. I know tuning up the saturation isn't going to do a lot, but that is honestly the best I can do for this situation. Now, what about the rest? So one flash on top of the camera, one other one here. There is no way for me to mount them like here or so I have no other solution than mounting one on top as the trigger. These things are on half output. That might not sound very strong, but half output can blind you. I am not kidding. Because it is absolutely necessary under these kind of situations. It is very bright, and after I use the diffuser, with or without honestly, the shadows are strong. I will need these flashes to overcome all of this harsh lighting. Hopefully it works out. I have no guarantee that it will, because situation is not the best, honestly. And also, no tripods, because both tripods are with the dolls, and I don't have a third one because that is actually going to break my back. I'm just going to be holding it. That's why I can also do vertical and horizontal at the same time. But that means AI glory all over the place. I personally do not mind, but I know that Instagram and whatever social media does. But I really cannot give that much of a shit anymore. AI glory or whatever, do the editing for me. Anyways, enough rambling. Let's take a look at the shot. I honestly have no idea how it looks. It looks decent at the back of the camera screen, but I don't really know how good or bad it will look. Anyways, I have to give these two tripods to my friends because they also have to do this kind of photo, because this is the only type of photo you can get that looks somewhat decent in this damn space. Anyways, I'll pack up and maybe grab some food and then head to the next spot. Some of you who are more familiar with the channel might recognize this place. I have been here, I think 3 times in the history of this channel, and yes, don't comment on my hair. I was sweating and I kind of had to, you know, do that, so shut up. Anyways, I am here a little bit later than I expected, but that actually kind of coincides with these, what do you call them? Stripes? I'll just call them stripes. And I am here for the circle and stripes. Hopefully I do have enough time before the sun completely goes down. I think I still have a little bit of time, but even without the stripes, I think it's still good looking. So I do not exactly have a lot of time to prep and also do the shot. However, I have been here enough times that I kind of do know completely what I'm gonna do. Maybe this time with the 7200, change up the angle just a little bit, but just something just about the same thing. Anyways, I did not include the travel footage from just now because I was lazy, and I think you're pretty much sick of seeing that. Anyways, I'm gonna wait for my friends to set up their shots first, and I'll do mine in the background. So I'll show you what they're doing, and in the meantime, let's set up a shot. With the last shot set up, here we have the final photo for today. Now, this is by no means anything very technically perfect, but it's a shot that's colorful, has a theme to it, and overall feels all right. I know technically perfect photos are good to look at, but they're not fun to do. And honestly, I haven't really been feeling that great for those photos. So for this video, it's an experiment to test what it is to do imperfect photos. I know it kind of sounds ironic when I'm saying that, but you know what I mean. Anyways, let's take a look at what I'm using. 78-200 f2.8 at 100mm with a horizontal composition. All of this sounds weird because, well, you're focusing on a doll and an imperfect photo. What are you using horizontal for? It's because I still do love my wallpapers, okay? And plus, this scene kind of calls for a horizontal shot, not a vertical one. I might try that in the future when I come here again, but who knows? Maybe I'll come in a month's time. So that's a few videos for you guys. I am not sure, but I am definitely trying to come back because this is one of my top rated places. Now, f5.0, because at 100mm, everything is so blurred out in the background, even at f5.6, that you really don't need anything else. And this is about all right. I would say, if possible, I want a little bit more bokeh, but I do want to see what's in the background. And unfortunately, speaking of the background, you can't see all the stripes anymore because I prolonged the shot a little bit because I wanted to let my friends also get this photo, and also they were already at the middle part when I was doing the entire photo, so whatever, screw it, I don't care. Everything is quite stable here and there's no high risk things. But this is also due to the new body. This is an MDD F3 Ver 2.0 body, which has all original joints and also has a special neck mechanism, which lets me go to ridiculous angles looking backwards like that, but I'm not doing it here. Instead, I want to focus on the joints for the knees and also the hip, because it's very stable, which allows me to once again clip everything onto the knees. This makes it a lot more easier than using those shitty modified joints. I say they're shitty, and I do think it's quite ironic that I kind of spoke about the issues this year, earlier, when I was at this exact place. Looking back at it, how ironic. I have come back to the exact same place to tell you that the original body is still the best. Anyways, about the flashes. One flash right below the camera, one flash up slightly on the chair over there, basically giving that face balanced exposure, and there is no harsh light on the face. Well, there's no harsh light right now, but even during the photo itself, there was no harsh light anyway, because the sun was low enough. Anyways, that's too much rambling, and let's take a look at the final shot for today. I would say that this is alright. It's definitely not good, but definitely not bad. As an imperfect theme shot, this kind of fits the bill. And I am done. I am running late for everything I have behind, and I still need to go out tomorrow morning for something else. And I also have work. I am so tired, god damn. Anyways, time to roll the outro. And we're done. Honestly, today, yeah, a bit of a disaster, but at the same time, I really couldn't care less. This is an experiment, as I said a little bit earlier, of trying imperfect things. As you know, I am a person really itched by perfection. I want everything to be perfect, and oh my god, that is a very loud helicopter. Shut the f up. Anyways, as I was saying, I love perfection. Even during those high-risk sunrise shots, you know, this one, I try and keep the wig as intact as possible, and I don't really like to shoot when things are imperfect, because I would end up not liking the photo and just not editing it, so what's the point? But recently I have been more and more thinking about, well, I can't shoot enough photos, and I don't have enough time to do all of this and still maintain all the perfectness. So something has to change, right? This is a trial run of what it means to be imperfect and try more random and, you can say, more filler things. And I'd say it has worked alright so far. I might repeat this in the future, I might not, and honestly, seeing how I am as a person, the possibility of might not is pretty high, but you know what I mean. Anyways, today has been fun, and I guess I'll come to some of these places again. Anyways, thank you very much for watching this video to the very end. Like and subscribe if you want to see more. Leave a comment down below, let me know what you think, and I will see you in the next garbage video. Lemon out.